Okay, cool. So now we're going to do a little bit of an experiment to show how seafloor spreading works. So in front of me, I have a pencil. I have two different colored markers. Whoop. And I have a marker that's going to show my magnetic north for the purposes of this activity. And I have this seafloor, which I've cut in half like that. Or sorry, excuse me, folded in half. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to take our seafloor and we're going to put it in between two desks. I'm going to scoot it a bit just to make sure we can actually do this. Okay, cool. So this is going to actually represent the seafloor at a certain point in Earth's history. So we're going to start by just putting the year 0 on both sides of our seafloor. So we know that over time, our seafloor is going to be spreading out. So down here, I'm going to put my magnetic north. So I'm going to use my green marker here to show when the magnetic north is close to me. And I'm going to use my orange marker to show when the magnetic north is somewhere else. So for instance, if it's over here, I'm going to use my orange marker. So we're going to start, though, with this over here with the magnetic north close to me. And the first thing I'm going to do is in year 0, I'm just going to color in all the area that I see that's not colored in right now. So I'm just going to draw across like that. This is easier if your things are level. Don't draw like woo, 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 woo. Okay, cool. So I've got my year 0 here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out a little bit. And I'm actually going to go to the year about 300,000. I'm going to write that on both sides here. And we know that at approximately every 300,000 to 200,000 years, the Earth's magnetic pole is going to switch. So we're actually going to take our magnetic pole, and we're going to put it on the other side. So now we're going to use a different pen because we know that green was when that magnetic pole was close to me, and orange is when it's going to be far away. So I'm going to take a new pen. And I'm going to color everything that I haven't yet colored. So I'm just going to color the middle here, like that, and like that. And we see the kind of same thing going on. We've got those two different edges there. Now we're going to go a little bit more, and this time I'm going to be crazy about it. I'm going to say this is going to be only 20,000 years later. Say 32. 320,000. It's going to be 320,000 there. And I'm going to use the same process. Okay, so my magnetic pole is switched again. Use the green pen for when it's close to me. And I'm going to color that in too. Coloring everything that's there. Cool. And then I'm going to even pull, for this one, I'm going to pull it really far away because magnetic bands aren't always, even though we have guesses about when the magnetic pole is going to switch, it's not always predictable. So I'm going to say this one's going to be a long gap. So we've got, our last one was 320,000 years. This time we're going to pick 700,000 years. That's not that much longer, but that'll work for what we're doing. Okay, and because that magnetic pole is far away from me, our iron is going to oxidize that way, and it's going to kind of stay in place like that, and that's going to give us some new bands here. So we're just going to color that in like that. Now, cool. And we might do it one or two more times for purpose's sake, but take a look at that, and you'll see that that looks pretty close to what our general seafloor spreading is going to look like.